Hello Aquarius, this is your monthly reading for the month of October. And before I start this reading, I just want to say that I thank you all the Aquarians, and it is motivational, and all audiences, that it is a motivating factor that you like and subscribe to the channel, and the subscription number is on the rise. So I'm very feeling I'm so sorry. I don't have words at the moment, but I'm feeling very happy and very motivated at the moment. So keep doing that, and I will keep doing this wonderful videos. So um, be motivating me, and I will, create and I will create these videos. So let's start you with your this reading. So the first card, Aquarius. This is of something is bothering you, consciously, subconsciously, something is not right. What is it? Something is burdening you. Maybe you want to, you are all the time, going into the past, thinking what would have done, on this situation or that situation. So you're thinking about lots of, situations in your mind at the moment. In this month of October, you are, burdened by these past situations, people's, there is a lot of going on in your head at the moment. Like this lady, you are feeling really, really, annoyed, maybe, not happy, not able to enjoy the life, and at the moment you are feeling, as under very, stress because of this past experience. So um, this second card is telling me that you need to understand that the innocence in you, Aquarius, this month of will allow you to get out of that past life, that past situations, those memories who are burdening you in this month. So understand that the cage which you are in, like this bird, is not a cage actually, but it is created. It's an illusion. It's not real, but you are thinking, like that. You are burdened by that past experiences, past matters. So you need to understand that innocence in you will help you to go through this process, and relieve all these memories of pasts, and get ready for the future. This, innocence will make you more happier, more joyful. It will give you positive energy, both inside and outside. So you will be, like a very happy person. So the third card is, I think it's not you, but there is a comparison going on in this month. I'm actually, I'm laughing because Aquariuses have, this tendency to always, or the people surrounding them have always the tendency to, compare, and do, a bit of comparison. So it's very weird because, like this picture, there is no comparison between two entities. So from this, because this is happening in your environment, the comparison is made. At the end of this, comparison, something beautiful is going to come out. Something is going to happen, but it is going to be positive. So it will be very good for you, Aquarius. So this month of um, you know, keep your seat belts on, because something is going to happen very beautiful. So the fourth card is of vision. As you were, all the time, you were in the past rather in present. This thinking. of past all the time made you lose that just which you have, Aquarius, to think about, other way, change your perspective, change your thinking process, thought process, all the way, because this month of it is necessary to heal yourself. If you want to heal yourself, you need to think, differently, from a different perspective. So this month, you need to get that new thought, to get healing. You need to heal your mind, your body, your soul. The healing will only start, and I would say again that it will only start when you will have that new thought, you know thought process or new thinking. Let go of the past. So the wheel of destiny, is changing. You're going from one place to another, and you're, maybe it's physical or maybe it's mental, but maybe in your mind, your mind is changing the thought process or the way you think, Aquarius. It is going to change completely. So the wheel is changing, so your mind and your body. So you need to make sure that some Aquariuses are in actual physically moving from one place to another, and some Aquariuses are, changing their thinking process. So the next card is of mind. This is telling me that there are lots of people who are talking into your ear, you know and this is irritating to you. And for a typical Aquarius, it is a, nuisance, because you don't want to hear all these voices, all the other voices. So maybe for some Aquariuses, they are getting some feedback or some sort of, information of the past. So in that sense, you are also thinking about that past again. So this makes perfectly sense with this, this thought, the burden, the guilt you have. This is because, some people are talking about the past, and you are constantly now are acquired yourself, or um, you are in that state of mind where you are constantly thinking. But unless and until you have that new thinking, new thought process, you will not heal. So that is very important for you. So in this month, the seventh card is telling me, don't do compromises. Maybe you are trying to take a back seat, but it is not a time, Aquarius, to take a back seat. I'm assuring you, because you are going to get the solution for this, whatever the past is. You are about to get the final verdict on this past. So don't take a back seat. Don't leave the situation as it is. Don't do compromise. Just, stick in this situation, and understand that you are about to, get the solution for this kind of problem. So this month of breakthrough will happen for you. So the eighth card is telling me that you are a bit, Aquarius. This month you have become a bit lazy. As you were caught up with past, situations, thinking, information, the things. But now is the time, to go into the solitude and think, very clearly. um, See what your inner voice is telling you, because you are at the moment are, bombarded with all these outer voices by others. People are talking into your ear, but it's not going to help you. What is going to help you this month is going to, um, going into solitude will help you. So go into that solitude state, analyze, examine the situation, like a third person, become that neutral person, and think from a different perspective. That is the reason it is telling you to have that new vision. Think, completely different way. So don't stuck to that past, or that particular situation, or your thinking. Or that is not your destination. You need to think, differently. So the last card, this the ninth card is telling me that if you if you go through this thinking, the new thinking, and if you continue that, become consistent in that thought process, you will reach um, that friendlier environment where you don't have to worry much, because at the moment, to get this friendly environment, you need to go with that flow, become the part of that environment, or the thought, for some Aquarius, there is this new thought. Go with that thought, be consistent with that. So then you will reach um, the that what um, you will definitely reach that, the higher state, where you will be friendly, you will be happy, you will be joyful, so the last card, is telling me that in this month of you are going to get maturity, this certain thought process, or the new vision you are going to have this month of is going to let you, have that one stage up in your life. That is, you will grow in this month of so you are going to get growth. So this is a nice conclusion, that this thought process, the new way of thinking, is going to bring the maturity in you, Aquarius, and this is very important for you in this month of so I hope this resonates with you, and uh, make sure that you hit like and subscribe buttons, and if it this reading resonates with you, let me know in the comment section, and I see you next time.